Good morning, everyone. In my video today, I will show you another Excel function that you can use to count the working day between two dates. Well, the function that I will show you is net work days. Net work days. So my video will show you about the formula, syntax, and usage of this function, the net work days, in the Microsoft Excel. This function returns the number of whole working days between start date and end date. And the working day excludes weekends and any dates that you identify as holidays, which is non-working days. You can use this function to calculate employee benefits that accrue based on the number of days worked during a specific term. Now, the syntax of this function is net work days, open the bracket, start date, end date, and holidays, close the bracket. The first and the second arguments are self-explanatory, which means you know what the start date means and you know what the end date means. They are the start date and the end date of the period that you want to count the working day of the employee. And holidays, this argument is in brackets, so it means that it is optional. You can put the holiday into the period for counting, or sometimes there is no holiday in the period of the counting. So it depends on your actual period. Now let's go to see the example. In my first example, the start date is the 10th of May, the end date is the 25th of May, and I have two holidays here within the period, which are the 14th of May and the 20th of May. So the question is, how many days are worked between the 10th and the 25th of May? Well, if I assume that there is no holiday in between the period, my formula is net work days, open the bracket, the start date, I will select B2, comma, the end date I will select B3, and for my assumption that I don't have any holiday, I will close the bracket to finish my function here. So the result is 12 working days between the start date and the end date. Let's go to the calendar and count all together. I will click my calendar and then we'll count from the 10th to the 25th. We exclude only weekends because in my example, I assume that there is no holiday in between these two dates. So the 10th is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. The 15th is excluded because it is Saturday. The 16th is excluded because it is Sunday. The 17th is day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10. The 22nd and the 23rd are excluded because they are weekends. The 24th is day 11 and the 25th is day 12. So there are 12 working days between the 10th and the 25th of May. So this Excel function helps you. Now let us assume that in between the two dates, there is one holiday, the 14th of May. So I just change my function to include the holiday, which stands on the third argument. So I put a comma and I select only B4 as the one holiday I have. So the result is there are only 11 working days between the 10th and 25th of May, excluding weekend and the 14th of May. What if I exclude the 2 holidays from the counting of the working day? Then in the third argument, I don't select only one, but I select the 2 cells here. So there are only 10 working days in between the start date and the end date. Now let's go to see my second example. My project starts from the 1st of October 2021 and it will end on the 1st of March 2022. And in between these 2 dates, there are 3 holidays, the 22nd of November, the 4th of December, and the 21st of January 2022. So the question is, how many working days are between the start date and the end date? I have 3 assumptions here. Assumption number 1, I assume that there is no holiday between the start date and the end date. So to count the working day between 2 dates, excluding only weekend, I will use this function net work days, open the bracket. The start date, I will go to select C23. The end date, I will select C24 and I close the bracket. There are 108 working days between the start date and the end date, excluding weekends. In assumption number 2, I assume that the only holiday within the period is the 22nd of November. So I will use this function net work days, open the bracket. Oh, sorry. This is WOKDYS, open the bracket. Again, the start date is C23, the end date is C24, and the holiday, I just select C25, close the bracket. So as you can see, the total working day is 1 day less than the results in my assumption number 1 because I exclude another day from the counting. In my assumption number 3, I assume that my holidays are these 3 days. So I will exclude weekends and these 3 holidays from the counting. So I will use this formula, net work days, open the bracket. The start date is C23, the end date is C24, and there are 3 holidays which I will select all 3 cells here. So there are 106 working days between these 2 dates, the start date and the end date. You might wonder why there are only 2 days less than when we assume that there is no holiday, because one of the day here falls on weekend. So there is no double counting weekend and holiday. If it falls on weekend, it will not count again as a holiday. So this is the net work days works. So in my next videos, I will show you another Excel function similar to this one, but it is used to count the working day in the case that the staff choose to work on Saturday and Sunday and they have another day off. For example, they choose to work on Saturday and Sunday and they choose to have Tuesday off and Friday off instead. How does that function work? Let's see in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.